and go in the last. Off they go. Cashel Palace actually was one of the first to jump away. Battle Commander's going to look for the lead, coming straight across, and also driving forward Great Fortune, but Battle Commander has superior early pace and leads Great Fortune, turning over into the back of the course. Over on the inside behind those next of all is Street Band as they get going just in front of Stylish Lord. One away then Dessiné. Cashel Palace drifting back shortly after. Then Soldanelle, All Grunt got right out the back to be second from last, and back there with it as well, Decision Maker. At the 1,000 they go. Battle Commander being allowed to run by Martin, and here in front, and races 3 clear from the grey Great Fortune. A length and a half to Stylish Lord. Street Band is over on the inside, travelling fourth with 800 left to go. Then Cashel Palace just ahead of Dessiné, inclined to over race a little there. Followed further back by Soldanelle, the mare being saved up back in the field by Pike. All Grunt is next, and then Decision Maker. Battle Commander will bring them for home. They put the 550 behind them. Battle Commander with Great Fortune now in pursuit, about to loom up now and get on terms. Great Fortune and Battle Commander kick away. They're 3 clear. Street Band on the outside next of all. Stylish Lord at the top of the straight. Cashel Palace into the clear, and now Soldanelle starts to run on as well. Great Fortune grabbed the lead from Battle Commander. Stylish Lord, Soldanelle. Cashel Palace can't win. Soldanelle finishing brilliantly. It's Soldanelle edging away clear, and Pike boots home the last 3, grabs his treble. Soldanelle wins from Stylish Lord. Street Band, Battle Commander battled hard, and then on the outside All Grunt, followed by Great Fortune tiring Dessiné. Further back then came Decision Maker. Cashel Palace again hasn't quite backed up and is back there amongst the last of them to salute the judge. Well, Willie Pike, Soldanelle, he gets the best out of this mare, and they did turn it on. They ran 1:35.67, 1:35.67 here for the mile, and he was able to just sit back there and relax the mare. She has a very, very good turn of foot, and certainly produced that here to win the last of the day in great style. She's a Siuni mare from Fleur de Cactus and trained by Steph Verhala. Willie Pike in the saddle for Kay Sutherland, H2, Mrs. J. Lou M. Fu, and the Hanwoo Thoroughbreds managed by Ms. Esnan. Willie gets a treble in the last part of the day. Beating 5, Stylish Lord, Holly Knottle for Russell Stewart. Playing God or a Miss Gilding. And third goes to number 9, Street Band by Lucky Street from Snuglet, trained by Trevor Andrews, ridden by Sean O'Donnell. 8.59. Length and a half nose margins. Battle Commander clinching fourth after leading, taken on the corner, but as is the case with Battle Commander, he refuses to lie down. Battles away back there into fourth place. So the day ends on a very good note for Willie Pike. Let's go downstairs, and Lockie Taylor's about to join us as well as Soldanelle, the former French mare, makes her way back to the winner's enclosure. Lockie.
Stylish win from this uni mare, wasn't it, Darren? She's always been a tricky mare to catch all throughout her career, but Willie Pike seems to get the best out of her this preparation, and when the speed was on Scotty, Willie Pike, he was just biding his time in the second half of the field. He followed Cashel Palace for the large majority of the race, and when the field just bunched slightly at the top of the straight, he was able to get the mare of Soldanelle into clear air at the right time, and when she's on, she can show a seriously good turn of foot late.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to change my strike rate on her, Lockie. I think I'm about 1 from 19 of tipping Soldanelle. Every time you seem to tip her, she won't win, and every time you don't tip her, she comes out and does something like that. She's been a frustrating horse for many a punter and many an analyst over many a year now, but even Steph Verhala's vented his frustration. But at least for the connections and for Steph himself, they've figured her out, and they figured it out about 18 months ago, and it's been the making of this mare. She's won a lot of races and a lot of prize money since. Just forget about trying to get her out over further. Forget the fact that she won a race over 2,150 in France, and just keep her between 1,400 and 1,600, and when they turn the speed on, she's got that beautiful turn of foot late. Exactly right, and she's still relatively lowly rated for this type of grade as well, so it wouldn't be, well, it shouldn't be the last win for Soldanelle in this type of company. Although you're always waiting with bated breath because she often goes around at a short quote. But what an afternoon it's been for
Willie Pike. A slow start to the day, but he has just dominated the quaddie legs here at Ascot. Scotty, Fancy Red, winning race 7 up along the inside in a typical Pike finish. Almighty Class was arrogant in taking out the feature of the day. And we should have known when Willie Pike is a man in form, he continues to ride plenty of winners, and Soldanelle rounds out a winning treble for the Wizard.
And has this new bit of action from him. Every time he wins the last, he gets a pikey hat delivered to him at the top of the mountain yard, and he throws it off into the crowd. So he's just done that again here today, and I just saw the goggles go flying. So a couple of happy punters here this afternoon at Ascot have just got a little bit of Pike merchandise and memorabilia for themselves. 8, 5, 9 and 1. Looking at those numbers too, Battle Commander's actually run 4th. Could have sworn the grey headed him at the point of the home corner. That's just how tough he is, Battle Commander. He keeps fighting back even when he's headed. But an honest run in defeat from Stylish Lord. There's more wins in store for him. Street Band is honest. He seems to be somewhere around his mark. I don't think that's too harsh to say, but he's a horse that tries really hard, so there's no doubt he'll pinch another one. But in the end, Soldanelle had them cold from straightening.
That she did when the speed was on and the field bunched at the top of the straight. Soldanelle was the only horse you wanted to be on, and when a man like Willie Pike is riding in the form he's in, he's the only rider you want to be with, especially in the last of the day. But great for Steph Verhala and his connections to produce another win for Soldanelle. But here is the man of the moment. It's Willie Pike with Scotty once again.
Willie Pike brings up a race to race to race treble to finish out the program. He's just handed his saddle off to Peter Hall. Pikey, Soldanelle, when she's on, she's on.
Yeah, exactly. Wasn't sure if I'd made the right choices after we strung out like that. And I was hoping to cut underneath Desiree, but I was actually travelling just too good, so kind of had to let her stride. And I don't normally like doing that on the pinch of the bend, but happily for me, she levelled out with about 100 to go, but then kept going through the line, so that was really nice.
It's probably the first time I've ever seen her put a field properly away.
Yeah, you're probably right there. She's always seemed to be zigging and zagging and just gets the job done. But I suppose once I come to the outside, she was the winner, at least at the furlong, which is unusual for her.
What's the plans on a Sunday? Mount Barker Cup tomorrow, so a day off for you. What do you get up to?
I suppose that depends what I get up to tonight. Nah, not really. Honestly, Sunday's a couch day. Sit on the couch, I don't know, watch some TV, find something to do.
That's good from you. Well done.
Cheers, mate.
There's Willie Pike after a winning treble. He combines with Steph Verhala and Soldanelle to take out the last of the day here at Ascot, the City of Belmont Handicap. Not exactly the response I expected from the Wizard. He might be planning a big night, Scotty.
He might be. It might be a hangover on the couch for the Wizard tomorrow. But I think here today, Soldanelle, it's just great to see when you've got a hard horse to ride, a hard horse to catch from a punting perspective like that, really put that field away. I'm sure for some of those connections, if we're frustrated, they've probably been that tenfold.
Highlight of the day has to be the win of Almighty Class from a horseflesh perspective. That was an arrogant victory in the Cyril Flower Stakes, and I'm intrigued to see how he now performs over 13 and 1400 metres in his next couple of starts in the Pinjarra Classic and Bunbury Stakes for a horse that has always been a little bit keen in running. So it's going to be a big test for the horse and Trevor Andrews and the rest of his team.
Yeah, but the way that he trialled, the way that he won today, you'd have to say that he's going to be hard to beat at 1300 at Pinny or 1400 at Bunbury. But those races have come around really quickly, and what they line up to with, of course, every time you get to Bunbury Stakes Day, it's Bunbury Cup Day. So we start to see some of those better stayers going and locking horns. It was interesting to listen in there when you interviewed SJ Miller. He doesn't tend to give much away, S, but when you asked him about could she be a Country Cups mare, Kimberley Rose, this time next year, you got the feeling he's eyed off something already.
Exactly right, and Adam Durant, he's suggested that Fancy Red could be going down to an Esperance Cup, and we know how well Adam Durant, well, his record down at Esperance over the years has been nothing short of outstanding. So there are a few of the highlights from a horseflesh perspective, but the story of the day has to be the win of Bird's the Word in the Westmead Platinum Handicap. Charlotte Skerritt training her first ever winner at Ascot here on a Saturday, and Bird's the Word, depending on where you shop, was 100 to 1, 150 to 1. What a story that was.
Yeah, I think it was 126 fixed here locally, and he sat 3 deep the trip, no cover. So if you're betting live, that 126 becomes something in the $400 or $500 region, and all of a sudden there, as Stevie Parnham said, every time he gave him that little click up, he got closer to the leaders and he travelled that little bit better, and all of a sudden on straightening, he was too strong. They had their chance to run him down. He was very brave.
Another great day here at Ascot, another warm day here at Ascot, but our attention now turns to the Magic Millions meeting at Pinjarra Park next Saturday afternoon. Barrier draws will be conducted at Mandoon later tomorrow afternoon on Sunday, but it looks like two quality races for both the 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds to line up next Saturday at Pinjarra.
I think the starting point for the 2-year-olds is that three-pronged attack between three winners. Doricha, They're All Sisters, and also Maria Lucia. They've got three very premier riders. Willie Pike will ride They're All Sisters, Chris Parnham, Maria Lucia, and Brad Parnham on Doricha. And then the 3-year-old race, considering what he produced here last week, Twisted Steel's going to be hard to beat.
So that's what we're looking forward to in 7 days' time. But it's been a wonderful day of racing here at Ascot. That's all we have time for. It's good night from Scotty and I.